Welcome back to Brotherly MMA. I'm your host, Paul, and I am alongside the Malamo. Marvin, how you doing, man? How you doing? That last card was phenomenal. We said the card was gonna be, you know, sometimes it's not good to underestimate something before it happens because it actually was a profitable night for us. But how did you see the card? What did you like about the card? Predictable?
Most of my predictions, right? Very predictable.
Yeah. Dair Nurgasai got a KO against Bruno Lopez. That KO was brutal. We talked about Nurgasai's kickboxing, and it came through. He got a first round uppercut, left hook KO in the first round against Lopez. What did you think of that knockout?
Seeing him the whole time for that. And then back fist. I mean, the ref could have stopped it at any time.
Yeah, that's
But
true. And then Yair Deval, he sent Darren Elkins into retirement with a finish. He's back in the win column.
that was going to be a finish too, because Derek Hawkins is just too old. He was going to be a finish too. Derek Hawkins is just too old.
Yeah. And then the main event, of course, we were confident on Quinlan Salkill to beat Gamrot. I mean, I'm impressed with this kid, man. He's so talented. He's 13-1 now, and he gets another first round finish, but I had him to win by submission, rear naked choke. I think the odds was it was like 10x for him to win by KO in the first round, but he got a sub. But I still hit because I had a money line in my other parlay. But what do you think of Quinlan Salkid? Like, do you think this guy can?
I didn't think it was going to win by so.
Yeah,
I knew it was going to be a first round finish.
he has very good
But
wrestling, though.
it didn't really. Gamrot fought really well. He put Sokul in some bad position.
Yeah. All right, that was a quick recap of the last fight night, which was Gamma versus Salkill. We're gonna talk about this card. This card is actually very good. There's a lot of fighters that we know in UFC 330. Headlighting the card is Makhachev and Machado Garry. And then we have the welterweight championship. And then we have Mackenzie Dern versus Jillian Robertson for the strawweight championship. So we'll just start with the prelims and move our way to the main card. For the first fight of the night, we have Myktybek Orolbai. He's taking on Jeremiah Wells. Orolbai is right now he's minus 1,000, and then he's the favorite, very heavy favorite and he's taking on Jeremiah Wells, who's plus 650. I want you to go here first. Who do you have in this fight and why?
Orolbai, pretty easy win for Orolbai. Jeremiah Wells is a wrestler.
Yeah, Jeremiah Wells right now he's a pretty decent fighter, I would say. I feel like his main skill set is his wrestling, but he hasn't looked too great in the UFC. I would say Orolbai has looked way better. He's 16-2. He's from Kyrgyzstan. People from this kind of Kazakhstan, Dagestan, all these kind of stands. They're all very, very skillful fighters, aggressive. They apply pressure. I just think Orolbai, he has looked very, very good in the UFC. I'm looking here. His last 3 wins against Tufik Musayev, who we seen fight last time. He beat him by first round Kimura, and then he knocked out Jack Hermanson, who's pretty much a veteran in this sport. He beat him by an overhand right knockout. That was another knockout. Then last time out, he got a unanimous decision against Chris Curtis. Orolbai is so good at rinse and repeating. Like, if you get up, he brings you down. If you get up again, he takes you down again. So it's like, and he's also a decent striker. I don't feel like he's the best there's times in fights where you've seen against Mateusz Szombeski where he kind of his cardio kind of got to the best of him, but I think he's training now, so and he has the right people around him to, get better. So I'm gonna take Orolbai as well. So we'll move on to the next fight. Yeah, for the second fight of the night, we have Magny. He is plus 115. He's the dog. He's a veteran, but he's the dog here. He's taking on Ramiz Brahimaj, who is minus 135. He's the favorite. Um, I'll go here first. I mean, for me, yeah, Magny is one of these kind of gatekeepers in the UFC. He's aging now. He's 39. He has height though. He has the advantage here. He's 6'3", whereas Brahimaj is 5'10". He also has a heavy reach advantage, which will probably help him in this fight. I feel like Magny is good in the clinch areas. He's also, I wouldn't say he's too good at striking, but if he's able to use his reach and distance, which I don't think he's similar to like Ian Garry when it comes to that kind of distance management, but Brahimaj is more of the pressure fighter. I think he can. This one is tricky for me because Brahimaj has youth, but is like he has been hit or miss in the UFC. He's 13 and I believe his record is like 13-6. Yeah. I mean, it shows right there in the graphic. I don't know why I said it seems like, but yeah. I'm just, these kind of cards, I kind of like the experience from Magny. He still has a good record for what he has done in the UFC. He's 31-14. I'm gonna go with Magny here. Uh, where do you see this one fight? Who you taking? So what?
Yeah, that's Ramiz Benjamin. Like this guy has
Yeah, that's Ramiz.
five out of his seven fights have come by submission. He's finishing fights, right? And no Magny has gotten finished last two fights, three fights, like by submission. So it's
Yeah,
not how he's old, he can get caught, he can get so. He has the height and reach, but so does Ian Garry. And only if you're picking Ian Garry. It depends on the fighter. And this is a case of I don't think experience is gonna really Ian Garry like New Magny is a good dog here, but I don't think his experience. Yeah. This is 7-2 to 8. Like the reach. The reach is it's not that it's pretty significant. I've seen worse. I think Benjamin has a
yeah,
solid chance of submitting it. I know Mil Magny can be a dog, but 39. I don't know. He's basically 40. And when you're 40, hard to win fight.
yeah. So you're gonna go with Brahimaj? All right. In the next fight of the night, we have Lucas Fernando. He's taking on Rafael Tobias. Yeah, Fernando is the favorite here. He's minus 290, while Rafael Tobias is plus 235. I mean, for Lucas Fernando, he's the older fighter. He's 29, while Tobias he's pretty young. He's 23 years old. They're both Brazilian. The thing about this fight that I'm seeing that will make the difference is the reach. Like, obviously they're almost the same height, but he has like a 81-inch reach compared to Tobias, who is 74% reach. I think for Fernando is he's a technical striker, and he'll be able to use his reach to his advantage here. Tobias didn't really impress me in his debut. I didn't like the way he was fighting against Nurgazai. But we have seen what Nurgazai can do now. So maybe outside of the UFC, Tobias was looking better than what he was. He had, good kicks and stuff like that. He has submissions. But Fernando is just more like it's a tricky fight, to be honest. It can go either way. But it's also that Fernando is on a win streak right now. He's on a 4-fight win streak. So that kind of momentum is obviously he's not fighting like the best of the best competition, but I'm just gonna have to go with him because of that advantage. But how do you see this one going?
Us is younger. I should have to experience. I think this is a hard fight. I don't think the odds are the best fought. Like you saw, at least he didn't get knocked out. Right? Oh, one was getting knocked out. I think to like everybody is really pushing. Tobias can pull a decision just by holding it. Well, Lucas is the UFC is trying to push Lucas, so you know how they are when they're trying to push somebody. Not that good. If it goes to decision, Lucas might still win.
Yeah, I agree. All right, we'll move
It's a
on to
toss
the
up.
next fight here. Yeah, it's a toss up for me as well. We'll move on to the next fight here quickly. We have Tresean Gore. He's the favorite. He's minus 120. Luque is a close underdog. He's plus 100. Vicente Luque. For me, Vicente Luque he's been in the UFC for a while now. He's the veteran in this fight. Um, Surprisingly, you would think Luque is like older now, like 38 plus, but he's still 34. People don't understand that. Vicente Luque is best at like he's snitching up submissions, like Darce chokes. Like he's very sneaky, Vicente Luque. He's also a pretty decent striker. Tresean Gore for me has cardio. You seen in his last fight, he made it to the third round and got a guillotine. So he's Tresean Gore's record doesn't speak to his ability, to be honest with you. He's 6-4. But I'm gonna still go with the experience here in Vicente Luque. I just think you'll be able to counter whatever Tresean Gore is throwing at him because he has already seen it before. You know what I mean? So there's nothing that Tresean Gore is gonna bring new to Vicente Luque. Mostly only loses to like high level guys. Obviously, he lost to Kevin Holland, but Kevin Holland had some advantages over Luque. So, and I like his last win, Anaconda choke against Gastelum. That was an impressive win. So I'm gonna go with Luque. Who are you taking here?
Better fighter, has more experience, a better striker, has good submissions. Even if Terence God takes him down. I don't know how Terence God's the favorite. But like people take Luke is like 40. Not even when you change, I was like, maybe this guy is 40. That's why I was like, oh, that's crazy. The 2 year age difference. And I think Luke's experience. Not even like Luke is just a better fighter.
Yeah,
Terence God is on
yeah,
a resurgence though, but still has.
yeah, I agree. So we're both taking a stab on the dog there, Luque, which I think is not reasonable for us. We'll move on to the next fight. We have Dante Johnson. He is minus 275, taking on Eryk McConaughey, who is the dog, plus 225.
I feel like this card might have some. Because this fight, in my head, what weight class is the fight at?
This fight? This is middleweight.
Dante Johnson fought at heavyweight. Then he fought on the Navas Continental Series at light heavyweight. Now he's middleweight.
Yeah,
I don't know. When he fought Cody Brundage, he didn't look. He looked good, some good pressure, but he was taking a lot of leg kicks and he was in a lot of hooks. Then checked a lot. And Mechanical, I think Mechanical has a chance. Like he does a lot of leg kicks. Like the reason he lost to someone like Ribovics is so tall and he has skill. He's not a tall guy that has the tall light heavyweight and he has like 21 first round finishes. Mechanical made his round two. So Mechanical did a good job. He got knocked out very easily. I don't like that because the way he got touched and he got maybe that's why he's the underdog. Maybe he doesn't have a chin. But like if he the guy is fighting is 5'8".
yeah,
I don't think he's gonna get caught like that. I think he can maintain the distance. Leg kicks would be his best bet. If this guy is thrown overhands, Mechanical likes to keep his hands out like this too, so gonna block a lot of those overhands.
yeah,
Dante Johnson was getting caught by a lot of straights, like when I was watching. So Mechanical is a strong underdog here. Like I won't lie, Dante Johnson has not delivered what he was supposed to deliver. He's a heavyweight he had a lot of finishes at heavyweight, dropping weight. So obviously, like the power can translate. He's a strong guy, but I don't know if he can even catch Mechanical because he didn't finish Cody Duran. He almost did in round two. He had a chance, but Mechanical isn't as old or as damaged as Duran. Think if Mechanical fights like good, if he fights like how he fought Cody Brandage, he would win this fight. If he doesn't fight like that, if he fights like how he fought Ribovics,
Yeah, I mean, for in this fight, they're pretty much similar fighters. I mean, they're both from America. They're the only thing about this fight is that McConnell is more older. He's 36. So Johnson he has the youth advantage. Yeah, the thing is, if you look at they both got a split decision over Cody Brundage, but people sleep on Cody Brundage. Brundage has very good he trains very well. Like he's not even though Brundage is not the best in the UFC, he's a very durable fighter, Cody Brundage. That's why you look at the split decision as like, oh, he looked bad. But look at Johnson's record. He's 8-0, so he hasn't lost. So that's kind of a big thing. And I'm sure he's beat probably similar level of competition to Eryk McConnell. So it's not even like, oh, McConnell. But McConnell has impressed me though. The way he strikes, like he's better than what his record is. Like,
see how like he knocked out Chase Hooper.
yeah.
And it wasn't like Chase Hooper is not bad. Like they gave him he was trying to like warm up. They head kicked him. They head kicked him and they finished him. And that's what McConnell does. He
Wait, who
throws
beat Chase Hooper? McConnell.
McConnell.
I don't think he beat Chase Hooper. He lost to Rezaboya, but he beat Rodolfo Vera last time out.
Who knocked out? Somebody knocked out Chase Hooper. And it reminds he fights just like McConnell. It's
Dante Johnson, he submitted Sadrikas Dumas, but no, I don't think these guys. Yeah, I mean,
obviously it's not the same. Because
as you check,
McConnell fought. Oh, I'm gonna check it right now. Because McConnell fought Bobby Green, right? That
yeah,
guy fought Bobby Green too, but he lost. McConnell beat Bobby. Oh, it's Lars Gibson Jr. That's last. Yeah,
yeah.
they fight similar. They fight very similar.
I mean, we'll move on. We'll move on to the next fight. Yeah. So we have Charles Energy Johnson. He is minus 120, and he's taking on Eduardo Henrique. Charles Johnson is minus 120, and then Henrique is the dog here. He's plus 120, plus 100.
To realize, UFC was showing highlights of Lance Gibson Jr. when they were showing Eryk Mechanical. They were I don't know why. I just realized that. On
Yeah.
this fight, I'm going Charles Johnson. 100%. I don't have to say anything.
Was Enrique just added to this card like recently?
Yeah.
So it's a short notice.
4 days. 4 days notice. And he hasn't fought since the Contender Series last year when he won by decision. So Charles Johnson, 100%. I'm not even like thinking.
Yeah, Charles Johnson has the experience here for me, Even though he's the older fighter, he has fought high level competition, Charles Johnson. He's beaten yeah. He's even knocked out the current champion, Joshua Van. That's crazy to me. And he beat Lonar Kovana. Wow.
It's like a competition thing. Like that, imagine they tell you to fight on 4 days against someone that this is like his debut. And he's fighting Charles Johnson almost on the main card. Like, he's very lucky, right? And I think we'll get another chance. Doesn't even make sense. As a coach, like, if I was his coach, I'll be like, why? Why are you taking the fight? So he has good luck to him.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about Charles Johnson is that his takedown defense, but he's good on the feet. Like, he's almost reminds me of Bobby Green, like hands down. They try to like showboat too much sometimes. I haven't really
That's a fight.
seen this Eduardo guy fight. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with this. Have you watched tape on Eduardo much? Okay, we can move on to the next fight then, to be honest, which will be Chidi Bang Bang. Chidi and Njokuani. He's taking on Alvarez. Chidi is the dog here. He's plus 260, and Alvarez is the favorite. He's minus 325. Who are you taking in this fight? Alvarez? You said he's what? Yeah, your Alvarez, your Alvarez has looked good in the UFC. Chidi is now, he's pushing 40. He's 37 years old, as you can see. Um, I like your Alvarez record. He's he's not doing that bad in the UFC. So he has beat some pretty good competition. He beat Vicente Luque. He only lost his last time out to Amasov, but Amasov has looked great from after making his debut. Al- Uh, Yoel Alvarez has actually been in the UFC for longer than like I remember him, but when I actually checked him on Typology, I'm like, wait, he's been here since like 2021. I'm like, wow. I remember when he finished Thiago Moises, then they tried to rush and they gave him Sarukian right after. I'm like, chill, you guys chill, Why are you giving him Sarukian already? And then he Darce choked Mark Jaceze right after, beat Alves Brenner, Jakar Close, and Luque. So he was on a streak. Then they gave him Amasov. But I also like Chidi. Chidi has good elbows, before he punches you, sometimes he'll throw in like an elbow. He's good at like striking. But Alvarez is too slick for me for Chidi. Like Chidi will bang, but he's not beating Alvarez. So I'm gonna take the favor here. Hold on, let me plug in my charger. All right. So we're both going with Yoel Alvarez, the Spaniard here, right? Yeah. So the start of the main card. Hi, this fight card is so many good fighters on this card. I can't even lie. Make sure you guys be subscribed and like this video. Even though this video is gonna be posted late, if you're still in the video till this point, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. But this is the start of the main card. We have Esteban Ribovics. He's taking on Edson Barboza. Barboza is 40 now, man. He's been in the UFC for some time. He's a veteran. A lot of veterans on this card. Veterans in their own rights, I would say. Esteban Ribovics, he's Argentinian. He's obviously the younger fighter here, 10 years. The percentage of fighters that win with youth, I've said this in a video before, is above 65%. So it's like, I believe we're both going to go with Ribovics here, but let me tell you why. I like his striking. I like Barboza's striking as well. He has good kickboxing, but I just think he has taken some damage in some fights Ribovics is going to like put his stamp on that damage. Because he's a very clean, I wouldn't say Ribovics is a clean striker, but he's a technical striker. Like sometimes he will leave his head open where you're just like, are you sure? You know what I mean? But he's a crazy, like, he wants to knock you out with every punch, Ribovics. That's why I feel like Dana White and his team like him. But yeah, I'm going to go with Ribovics. Who do you have here?
So Ribovics. Barboza is 40. Lost
Yeah.
3 fights. Just got KO'd.
Ribovics is
My
minus
guy,
600, though. Yeah. Heavy
Barboza is
favorite.
my guy. But like, you might want to go by KO. So if you're betting
So
this
what?
fight, said if you're betting this fight, you might want to go by KO. So I don't think it's going the distance. I don't think this fight is going to decision. I think both sides getting cooked.
Yeah, I agree with that. We'll move on to the next fight on the main card. We have Mansur Abdul-Malik. He is minus 600, minus 650. He's taking on Dustin Stoltzfus. Yeah, Stoltzfus is plus 475. He's a heavy dog here. I just think Mansur Abdul-Malik should win this fight. He's a very good. He has good strikes, like on the feet. And I think he has wrestling ability. Um, Abdul-Malik is 9-1 right now. He's 6'2". He's pretty tall. He's the younger fighter also. So, and he has the reach advantage. I think he has pretty good distance management. Obviously against Bulgari last time, Bulgari was taller than him and was able to use his reach to his advantage. But before that, Abdul Malik looked good. Like he was on a win streak, probably like around 4 or 5 fights by like finish. So he's a finisher. And Stoltzfus is gonna give him some trouble. Stoltzfus is pretty good. Sometimes, yeah, he's hit or miss. Stoltzfus. I wouldn't say he's done that well in the UFC, but you have to be careful when you fight Stoltzfus. He's good. He's very sneaky on the ground, and he has pretty decent strikes. Like he will throw some wild kicks sometimes. He got a rear naked choke against Punahele Soriano in 2023, but that was a few years ago. Then he finished Marc-Andre Barriault in the first round. That was like 2024. But his last 2 fights he has lost to Gastelum and Ribovics. So I'm gonna go with Malik here.
With Daniel Cormier or those
Yeah.
guys. When you've got knocked out, like it was just bad. That height, I already called that fight because I'm like, that guy was Begora was the underdog. I'm like, Begora is like 6'8". What? Bro, 6'8" kickboxer. Like, bruh. Like he tried his best, like, but that was a mismatch. That was a bad matchup. Maybe the UFC thought he was gonna wrestle the whole time, but he couldn't even get to the ring. Malik is a strong grappler. If he gets to the ground, it's what he did to Trocoli. He almost ripped off his head. Malik should win this fight to no good distance.
Yeah, I feel like he can get a KO here as well. Yeah, and the next fight we have Jalen Turner, the Tarantula. He's taking on Kawe Fernandez. Jalen Turner is minus 150. Kawe is plus 125. Who's your pick here?
Was taller than that. That was like 6'5". But Jalen Turner knocked out. Who did he knock out? Was it Edson Barboza?
Edson Barboza last time out.
He knocked out someone else on this card. He's a good striker. He came back after a long layoff and he said he found Christ. That's why he came back to fight. So I think he's gonna win this fight. Like when people find Christ as fighters like Joe Piper, that's just knocking people out. I think it's a K. It might be a KO. So let's wait and see.
I'm gonna disagree with you here. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the dog here, Kawe Fernandez. Um, I just like his leg kicks. His strikes is very good. He attacks your calves very nicely. And I think he'll be able to break down Jalen Turner. Jalen Turner, he has the reach advantage though. So, oh wait, let me change the graphic. But yeah, although Jalen Turner is taller, I think Kawe is a very technical striker. He finds his kicks before he uses his hands, which is very skillful. But yeah, Marvin is gonna go with Turner. I'm taking the dog here. We'll move on to the co-main event of the evening. We have Mackenzie Dern taking on Gillian Robertson. Mackenzie Dern is minus 220 and Gillian Robertson is plus 180. Who are you taking in this fight? Yeah.
Dern should win. Mackenzie Dern beats Jonah not that Jonah beat. Jonah Janjudoba. Janjudoba is Francis Rogers Jr. Good, like she's really dominant. because you don't want that fight. So I'm giving it to Mackenzie.
Giving it to who? All right, so yeah, Mackenzie Dern is a jiu-jitsu specialist. Like she has won some belts over that. I believe she's a third degree black belt, so she's high level there. Jillian Robinson is also a good practitioner on the ground, winning her last 5 fights, I believe. And she has a ton of submissions in the UFC. She beat people that Dern couldn't beat, like Marina Rodriguez, and she beat Amanda Lemos as well. Mackenzie Dern, last time out, she beat Janjadova, which was an impressive win. And then she armbarred Hebos in 2025. That was a 5-round main event. So that fight, I mean, I've seen she was getting in bad positions in that fight, but she was able to do damage off her back, which is pretty high level if you ask me. For you to be able to do damage off your back, that shows your skill set that like you're comfortable. That's your area where you're comfortable, like it's your wheelhouse. So they have, I mean, their records pretty similar. Robertson is 17-8. Mackenzie Dern is 16-5. She's getting better at striking, Mackenzie Dern. She's mixing it up pretty well in these fights. She's showing high level there. Mackenzie Dern is a veteran in this sport. Julian Robinson has also been in the UFC for some time as well. So, I mean, they're both good in jiu-jitsu. So it's like, is it going to cancel out? Are they going to strike? But it's like, I think Robertson has more patience in the striking. So it's like, it's tough. This one is tough for me. For the video's sake, I'm going to go with the dog. I think Robertson gets her moment. But it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really tough for her to stay safe in. I feel like she could stay safe where Mackenzie Dern will try to look for submissions, but she might not get it. And Robertson will just maintain top position, fend off all the submissions that she throws because she hasn't been submitted much. I think only like once in her career. So, and I think Mackenzie Dern has never been submitted. So, but I'm still gonna take a stab on the dog. Everybody's so confident in Mackenzie to get this win. I actually love Mackenzie Dern, but I'm gonna go with the Canadian here. She's plus 180. If I didn't mention that before. For why we're all here, the main event of the card, Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev taking on Ian Machado Garry from Ireland. He's younger, he's 28 years old, he's taller and has the reach advantage. He's 6'3" with a 74.5-inch reach. Not inch, but I mean, inch. I don't know, I was about to say centimeters, but yeah. One thing that stands out for me that is Makhachev is a southpaw. That's very good, but who do you see winning this fight? I want you to give your main event pick first.
Yeah, Gary has a great chance.
Yeah.
Taller, use his range correct. And when I first watched him fight, I was really impressed. I just don't like him. I love like he's a good fighter. At the same time, see when Shafkat took him down, Shafkat was messing him up. So he put Shafkat, kind of did that stuff where you kind of create a base and you get shot thrown off your back. That won't work on Islam. You're gonna you stay on all fours if you're with, because he's gonna do some nice heel like leg locks, probably pull your back and get like he's gonna take your back. Not gonna do Shafkat. Shafkat was trying to get a TKO. Islam is gonna try and submit. If you get yourself in bad position, just don't get taken down. That's the test. Islam is older. He's almost, at that age, 35. It's hard to be 35 and a champion. That's why I said Ian Gary has a chance. But Islam has been so dominant. But Ian Gary has a great chance to win this.
Yeah, for Ian Gary, he's so good at maintaining space, and for me, he's one of the best distance managers in the UFC when it comes to striking. Like even walking backwards, Ian Garry still looks good. Like he accepts you into his space and then counters you with strikes. Like he's good at kicking. He's good at mixing it up, like attacking your body before the head. He's he's just a complete striker, Ian Machado Garry. He's also worked on his ground. He has good, pretty decent takedown defense. We haven't seen him wrestle as much, only against like MVP where he had to, because MVP was so tricky on the feet, so he kind of went to that arsenal. But this is another level. Makhachev loves this kind of fight. This is a striker versus grappler type matchup that we all know about. These kind of matchups, you know, Makhachev is Dagestani, so he loves to attack your legs, like rinse and repeat. This guy nonstop the whole fight, he's gonna look for a takedown. I don't think he wants to strike with Ian Garry, although Makhachev has very, very underrated striking. We've seen that head kick against Volkanovski. Come on, like people are saying this guy is only he's boring. He can't strike. He's very, very high level, Makhachev, and his record speaks for itself. He's 28-1, only losing that. People keep talking about, oh, he got knocked out that one time, but look at him ever since. He's patient now. I liked his in his last fight. He was actually attacking the legs before going for more takedowns against Jack Della. If you've seen, he was kicking his leg to diminish his power before he went for the takedown. So not only is Makhachev a good fighter, he's a very intelligent. He has high IQ. It's one thing to be good, but it's another thing to have high IQ when it comes to fights. So for me, I'm taking Makhachev to get the job done. I think Ian Machado Garry, like the line is too wide, but it's just from the level of what Makhachev has done. But I disagree with the odds, but I still have to go with him. Yeah. So that concludes UFC 330, Makhachev versus Ian Machado Garry. I'm excited for this card, man. This card is gonna bring fireworks, just like any other card. We can't underestimate these cards. Look at last card. I believe we only predicted one fight wrong, and it went well. But we hope to do good on this card. Um, Any last words for you and any two or three fighters that you like, Marvin? This guy is tired. This guy is tired. Yeah, two, three fighters that you like. I mean, as you're doing that, you guys turn on post
I
notifications to
like
see anytime we post.
I like Ribovics, but not go to distance. Malik, no distance. Orolbai, obviously. And you can throw in Charles Johnson.
So you like Malik and Ribovics, no distance. You like Charles Johnson.
I like
What else?
Orolbai.
Orolbai. Okay.
So Luque is a good underdog.
Yeah, I like Luque as an underdog. I like Orolbai. I like Ribovics, Mansur Abdul-Malik, Makhachev. Yeah, that fight is tricky. I would avoid that fight. You could also take Alvarez to win
Mechanical was not
against
who I
Chidi.
thought he was. I thought Mechanical was Gibson Jr. We are all wrong. So,
There's a lot of good picks on this card. We gave you guys many, to be honest. You can make a parlay, stack one or two, few, you know.
5, take $10. We make like 250. Just
Yeah, there's always
if you make
profit to be
5,000.
there's always profit to be made on this card. We still haven't released you guys our subscription where we'll be able to tailor our picks. But we're working on everything. As you guys can see, we add graphics. We're still trying to even fix the graphics to make it look more clean. You know, we're still working. This is a work in progress. And we want you guys to work with us, help us grow, like the video, subscribe. Yeah, we'll see you guys in the we'll start posting content more earlier. It's just, uh, we were both, yeah, we were both pretty, no, I mean, I got sick this week, so I couldn't really record earlier. Then we were both busy with work and stuff. So, but we're gonna try to be more consistent for you guys. Um, Yeah, I know. And this is an amazing card. It's like, this is the worst card to be late. Yeah. I mean, that concludes the video. Thank you guys for watching. We are out. Peace.